Please be seated. What did you bring with you this evening? What did you try to leave at the door? Is there a feeling, an anxiety, a fear? There's something from the past you're thinking about, or the future that's weighing you down? I want to start with a prayer which I was exposed to just recently, called the Welcoming Prayer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome everything that comes to me in this moment, because I know it is for my healing. I welcome all thoughts, feelings, emotions, persons, situations, and conditions. I let go of my desire for security. I let go of my desire for approval. I let go of my desire for control. I let go of my desire to change any situation, condition, person, or myself. I open to the love and presence of God and the healing action and grace within. I don't know if you're familiar with Carl Jung's concept of synchronicity. It's an amazing concept, and he uses words like this to describe it. Acausal parallelism, acausal connecting principle or togetherness, or meaningful coincidence of two or more events where something other than the probability of chance is involved. We've all experienced synchronicity. Over here in this part of your life, there's something going on. It's troubling, keeps you up. It's saying something to you. Over here in another part of your life that has nothing to do with that, something is going on, and you begin to say, wait a minute, I'm getting the same message from both of these situations. That's synchronicity. Jung describes this event that actually happened with one of his patients. There was a highly educated and rational woman who had a serious demeanor, who was making no progress with her. He knew there needed to be an irrational event to occur that would appear as a coincidence in order for her to open up to a broader mystery rather than remain closed in her rationalism to keep things away or out, which is our tendency at times. She was sharing this dream about a golden beetle, a large golden beetle, that was actually a piece of jewelry in the dream. And as she was talking about that, Jung heard a little ticking at the window. He got up, went over to the window, and was astounded to see a large golden beetle, which was not indigenous to the area. He opened the window, took the beetle, and brought it in. Here is your beetle. This began the transformation. This sense that there is some form of mystery that seems not a part of causality or logic, but almost irrational. You've had the experience. You've been thinking of somebody, and guess who calls? You pray for somebody, and someone says, I felt so uplifted. I hear about these stories all the time, especially around grief, where things seem synchronistic. And this is actually what we might call faith or miracle or providence. A higher power at work that's outside of our reasoning. Through synchronicity, he states that it is possible to uncover new ideas, meet significant people, and open doors to a happier, healthier, and more fulfilled life. With an awareness of this concept, there are possibilities, new possibilities that are magic and limitless. He says, synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. I like to think of it as paying attention to your life. Look at what's happening. What are we going to make of it? Do we avoid it? Do we push it away? Or do we welcome it into the presence of this grand mystery that we celebrate? This is a great time for a novice of synchronicity. Because if you look at a pandemic and the impact of war on the entire world, when you look at the environmental crisis, all acausal by definition, separate things coming at us, are we not receiving a message? We are all connected. We are all reliant upon each other. We are not alone. This rational woman was very alone, isolated in some reason. And when the mystery opened before her, and there was a sense of a higher purpose and power at work, there was healing. When we welcome our lives, not just bits and pieces of it, but welcome all of that stuff, and you know what it is for you personally. It's empowered for transformation. Smearing ash on our heads is a great way to start Lent and to think about this. Because there's this thing in our lives that's messy. And so we get messy together. We present ourselves as the rational person. But then suddenly your face is all dirty. And you become part of each other because you acknowledge that this mess is owned by all of us. Each of us have a messy life. And this sense of the ash, the earth, being spread upon us creates a connection with humanity, or humus. A sense of connection to each other, a sense of coming down to earth in the midst of the challenges that we face. And it reminds us that we are not alone. When you see somebody that maybe you feel different in some way and you see that they are just like you, a community starts to form. A connection starts to form. And Ash Wednesday reminds us of that connection. We're not singled out. Oh, look at that person with ash on their head over there. We join together in our humanity. And that feeling of not being alone has two sides of it. The first is one of great comfort, to know you aren't alone. The other is, if you're not alone, other people need you. They need you. to act kindly, caringly, from a place of justice and equity, that we are connected. So may the ash that we share provide a buoyancy to our lives, comforting and challenging us to confess that all of our lives are messy, and that mess can be welcomed as a catalyst for community and a catalyst for how God is healing us. Don't fight what is happening in your life. Welcome it with God's eyes as to what you can make of it and how you might be healed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome everything that comes to me in this moment because I know it is for my healing. I welcome all thoughts, feelings, emotions, persons, situations, and conditions. I let go of my desire for security. I let go of my desire for approval. I let go of my desire for control. I let go of my desire to change any situation, condition, person, or myself. I open to the love and presence of God and the healing action and grace within. Amen.